Task Force Z, issue 4. Matthew Rosenberg writing with Eddie Barrows and Kieran McCone on the art. I probably butchered that last name because the E and O the other way around, but whatever. So, in the last issue was Jason barging into the mysterious leader who turned out to be Two-Face. So this issue is him confronting Two-Face in his office.
Not Two-Face, Harvey.
Well, yes. Yeah. At least as much as he claims he's Harvey Dent right now. Still looks like Two-Face though, obviously. Just for the record.
Yeah. But I always like that there is a distinction between who's in control, right?
Yeah.
And here this feels very much like a rehabilitated Harvey, whereas in the past we've got, his whole face has been fixed and that's what rehabs him. Here it seems like he's made the steps that he wants to be Harvey Dent again. And eventually when that melts away, which I'm sure it will, how is Two-Face going to react to all of this, the Lazarus stuff?
Yeah, I mean, he's given there's a couple of funny moments here where Jason electrocutes him when he goes to open his drawer, but he was just going to offer him something to drink. And there's just there's some decent back and forth with Jason Todd saying, I can't really trust you, and he's like, you're one to talk, Jason, come on. I know I've got maybe a worse history because I'm Two-Face and all that, but we have skills here, we can do stuff. Mentions that they're kind of on a trial basis with this task force. They're kind of trying to prove to the shadier part of the government that they're worth having and keeping around. Meanwhile, though, Mr. Bloom's up to something. Mr. Bloom sneaks in to where Man-Bat is and injects him with enough stuff to turn him back into a human. So Kirk is absolutely horrified at how he looks as a zombie and whatever. My favorite part of this is when Deadshot kind of saunters in and Mr. Bloom, it's just Deadshot. He says something like, this is Man-Bat in human form. His name is, I want to say Carl. I love that he didn't know that his name was Kirk. That was really funny to me.
Well, I also like the Deadshot's like, great, what the expletive are you guys doing here? Actually, I don't want to know. And he turns around and walks out.
Well, Bloom's up to something because he's basically saying he's going to enlist Man-Bat's help.
And remember, he's not dosed. Bloom's not dosed with anything.
Yeah, because he's not dead. Yeah.
Right.
And he immediately just turns him back into a bat again once he's made his first little sales pitch, and that's the end of the scene. Good night,
sweet human.
Mr. Bloom's been really funny in this book. That's a few times he's popped me.
I feel like Snyder really wasn't interested in doing anything with Bloom like this. He just wanted him to be this amorphous kind of villain for, the Gordon Bat stuff. So here Rosenberg's able just to imprint whatever personality, and I think it's working out.
Yeah. So there's a lot of Jason and Harvey talking and swinging his drink and looking out the window all moody. When Red Hood goes to leave, there's a SWAT team with guns waiting for him. Is opening the drawer was actually a silent alarm to be ready. And Jason just kind of storms past them. But the idea is that he wants Jason to trust and believe in this idea, so that he's don't follow him, don't arrest him and take him to the base, let him just go back there on his own. But he does see Batman on his way, and Batman's okay, you've got information, you've seen this makeshift permission to do this. He's got not a contract, but whatever it is. It's time to leave this, right? It's done. And just no, I want to see this through. I want to help this team. I want to actually accomplish something here. So they have a bit of a typical Jason and Batman fight about it. Not physically, but just you never trust me to do the right thing, blah 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 blah. The usual shtick. Nothing particularly different. But Amanda Waller shows up to talk to Harvey, says that his team is done. They're not going to go through with it. But despite that, we cut to a mission where Jason's taking the team to what turns out to be a lab that has very similar stuff to what they do. They've got a bunch of Lazarus resin. And then a scientist shows up, including a woman who's another copy, or maybe the original, of all of these other scientist ladies who are identical at the other base. And it becomes this weird thing where you've been the one stealing our Lazarus resin around town. No, you've been stealing our stuff. And it's like, wait, who are the good guys here? Who are the bad guys? And it's Harvey been up to no good and copying someone else's work and whatever. And they also say, oh, you brought Bloom back to us. That's very nice of you. He's like, wait, what do you mean brought back? So it's setting up some stuff here at the end. But I did get, again, the dark humor is quite good in that Red Hood says go easy on these corpses that they're making us fight, and like Arkham Knight just like rips someone in half.
Cuts him in half.
Yeah. Really violent. Really good stuff.
It was perfect, Arkham Knight. Thank you. That was sarcastic that I retract my things.
Yeah. It's got a sense of humor. It's good.
Yeah. But yeah, so we get to this Amelia or Dr. Shelley, and he says, I know who you are, Amelia. No, Delia. No, 0 for 2. How many of them are there?
It's a question.
Like,
we'll find out.
And she seems more like in charge of things here than the other ones do.
Mm-hmm. Which is why I'm thinking she might be the original if they're clones. I don't know. We'll see.
And then this team that shows up at the end, is this a Suicide Squad or is this their version of the team? Because
they don't. I mean, Grundy technically dies all the time.
Already.
Yeah.
Right.
But the others don't look zombified to me necessarily.
They don't. And you got Copperhead. You got is that KG Beast?
KG Beast. Oh god.
Zaz, it looks like.
It's Zaz, and then the Lady Scarecrow, whose name I looked up before we started and I've forgotten already.
Yeah, I gotcha.
It was something like Madame Nightmare or something
Fear.
like that.
Okay.
Something like that.
But yeah, so I didn't know if this was supposed to be a Suicide Squad or their own squad, and they're just not zombified. I think it's like they're running different experiments because they have zombified soldiers.
They have zombified soldiers, but the fact that they had Bloom originally, apparently, and he's not dead, would imply that this is their team. But they're not zombies, though. But they've got living villains as a team. That said, though, I wouldn't completely discount that Amanda Waller's set in a team to like end this mission. But I would still say it's probably this lab's team because that narratively fits the idea that they found like something that's just like theirs.
Right.
So.
Right.
We'll see. But that's a cliffhanger. Yeah. No, I laughed a bunch. I'm liking the interaction. Bloom's really cracking me up. And there's a couple of the villains that are, of course, quite simple. Man-Bat and Deadshot, of course, have been more anti-heroes in recent years, so been kind of enjoying them. But no, this is a fun book.
Yeah.
Good time. Quick read. What are you giving it, Matt?
7.5.
I think that seems pretty fair. I'm probably just gonna go with straight 7. That's kind of in a similar place for Flash for me, where I'm having a good time.